స్క్రీన్ కనిపిస్తుందా?
కనిపిస్తుంది.
ఓకే. So our subject is cryptography and network security. So it is very, very easiest subject if you are able to understand and able to follow. Otherwise it is very, very difficult subject. వెంటనే ఏ రోజు ఆ రోజు క్లియర్ చేసేసుకోండి. So these are the objectives. Objective means what is the main aim or what is the main goal for learning a particular subject. So these are the main objectives for learning cryptography and network security. And here we are going to cover what are various techniques to encrypt the data. Encrypt means a message can be transmitted in an encoded form. You know, directly we are not going to send any information. Before going to send any information or message to the receiver, we are going to encode or encrypt the data. At the receiver end, the receiver is able to decrypt the data or decode the data so that he is able to get the original information which is received from the receiver. Here these techniques are also able to identify whenever a data is modified by the hacker. So these are the techniques. On which techniques are we are going to use? That means two techniques are there, one symmetric and asymmetric techniques. Asymmetric techniques are also known as public key techniques. Symmetric ciphers are DES, data encryption standard, advanced encryption standard, that means AES, and some other techniques are also there. So here public key cryptography means asymmetric techniques. These asymmetric techniques are used for so many purposes, for encryption and to check the integrity of the data. Integrity means whether the receiver is received the data correctly, which is sent by the sender, or any alterations are there. If any alterations are there, the receiver is able to identify that the message is altered, but he is not able to identify which part is modified, but identify as the data is modified. So the next objective is so many algorithms that are using some mathematical techniques also we are going to learn here, and where some cryptographic protocols and some hash functions. Hash functions are used to identify whether the data is modified or not modified by the hacker. So then authentication. Here authentication means the receiver will receive the message from authorized persons or not. So we are also having some authentication in the form of signatures. Whenever you got a circular from the principal, you are identified that the college principal has sent a circular or not. In which way? By checking the signature of the principal at the end of the circular, then it is authorized. If it is not having any signature, we are able to identify that the circular is not prepared by the principal. Some other person is sent that circular. So that is the authentication. Here some authentication techniques are there, that the message is received from the proper receiver or not. Same way here some key management techniques are there. So the keys are used to encrypt the data and decrypt the data. So encrypt means to change the original information into some encoded form. Decryption means to get the information originally. So next one, some signature schemes. So here we are using digital signature schemes for maintaining the authentication of the application or authentication of the message. The next technique is email security and web security. Here email security is implemented with the help of PGP, pretty good privacy. Same way web security. Here some IP security techniques are used to identify some whenever an hacker is hacked with our session, and also other techniques are there for web security. Next one is viruses. Virus means a software which will destruct or destroy our system, including hardware also. Either hardware or software, viruses are going to destroy. Okay. Next one, firewalls. So firewalls are used to identify and stop the hacker to enter into the system. Next one, digital management, and some other topics are also going to here we are learn. Next one, outcomes. So after learning all the techniques or all the objectives we are reached, then a student is able to do the following. These are the outcomes. So outcomes means how a student will do whenever he learns the techniques. So he is master in secret means symmetric key cryptography, and public key cryptography means asymmetric key cryptography. అంటే స్టూడెంట్ ఈజ్ ఏబుల్ టు change, encode or encrypt the data by using both of these two techniques. Same way, he is master in some protocols for maintaining security services like IP security, email security, and network security. And also he is able to identify the viruses and usage of firewall techniques. So here PGP is used for email security, SSL is used for session security, secure socket layers, then IP security. These are the some solutions for identifying the fraudulents or attackers. So here we are going to cover the syllabus into 6 units. So first unit is basic principles. Here we are going to learn about what are various security goals and what type of attacks are there, and what are the mechanisms and services to identify those attacks, and what are the various techniques, mathematic techniques which are used to apply for cryptographic techniques. Those are the basic principles which we are going to learn in first unit. In second unit, the various techniques of symmetric key encryption. The symmetric key encryption means private key encryption. Here we are using a single key for both encryption and decryption. The main techniques are data encryption standard and advanced encryption standard. Here we are also going to learn about what are the mathematical applications for implementing DES and AES algorithms. The third one is asymmetric key encryption. This encryption is said to be public key encryption. Here sender uses one key for encryption and receiver uses another key for decryption. So what are those techniques we are going to learn very briefly in the third unit. Same way, in fourth unit, we are going to learn about data integrity, digital signature schemes, and key management. Here, data integrity means to check uh, the receiver whether the message is received properly or not. Digital signature is used for maintaining the authentication of the receiver, just like principal signature. Third one is key management. Here, how the keys are distributed between receiver and sender we are going to use. This is the fourth unit. In fifth unit, we are going to learn about network security, how to maintain email security, and how to maintain security at a session level or transport layer level. That is the fifth unit. And next one, seventh unit. Here we are going to use network security of level 2, and it is maintained at network layer, and as well as total system security, how we are going to maintain system security is we are going to learn in sixth unit. Here all the syllabus is completed in 6 units. So after getting these 6 units, the student is able to apply the techniques in a good way so that a system and messages will be secured. This is our presentation about introduction of cryptography, and network security. Okay, Mama, clear? Ah?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.